In the glamorous but turbulent world of Turkish and international showbiz, there are stories that fans never forget, stories that become legends whispered about for years, and stories that seem too dramatic to be true. But this one, about Yaman, Demet Özdemir, and the wedding that nearly tore apart millions of fans' dreams, is perhaps one of the most explosive of them all. Was Yaman really trying to stop Demet Özdemir's marriage? And what secret truth has finally been revealed after all these years? To understand it, we have to go back to the very beginning. It all began on the set of Erkenci Kuş, the show that not only changed their careers but also their personal lives. Yaman and Demet Özdemir stepped into their roles as Candivit and Sanam Aydin, and what no one expected was how powerful their chemistry would be. Their characters' love story quickly blurred the lines between fiction and reality. Fans across Turkey, Europe, Latin America, and even the United States started asking the same question: was this just acting, or was something real happening between them? Every smile, every behind-the-scenes glance, every answer in interviews was analyzed. People noticed how Demet's laughter seemed brighter when she was with Can, how his eyes softened when they landed on her. Soon, the hashtag #Candem became a worldwide phenomenon. Neither of them ever directly admitted to being more than colleagues, but the evidence piling up told a different story. The late-night meetings, the accidental touches, the unguarded photos taken by fans, everything looked too authentic to ignore. And when the show ended, the rumors didn't. Even as they moved on to different projects, fans kept speculating. Every emotional post by Demet on Instagram was linked to Can. Every mysterious caption by Can was dissected to see if it referred to her. Their lives seemed forever intertwined, even if they weren't together publicly anymore. As time passed, their careers took different paths. Demet began focusing on serious dramas and films, showing the world her range and depth as an actress. Can, meanwhile, became an international sensation. Italy embraced him like one of their own, magazines fought for him to appear on their covers, and major European networks signed him for big projects, including the much-hyped Sandokan. Yet despite the distance, despite the growing fame, something between them remained unfinished, unresolved, like a chapter left open in a novel. And then, the news broke. Demet Özdemir was getting married. For fans, it was as if the ground had been pulled from under their feet. The woman they had always linked with Can was suddenly building a future with someone else. Social media went into a frenzy. Newspapers wrote non-stop about the engagement, and questions spread like wildfire. Who was the man? How did this romance bloom so quietly? And most importantly, how did Can feel about it? Because if there was one person whose reaction mattered the most, it was him. That's when the whispers began. Some said Can was devastated, that he couldn't believe Demet was going through with it. Others claimed he tried to reach out, trying to understand if she truly wanted this marriage. According to one story, on the night before the engagement was finalized, Can made a phone call that Demet never answered. Another version of events suggested he showed up at a private gathering, hoping to see her one last time, but was quietly asked to leave. Nobody could confirm these events officially, but they quickly spread among fans who believed there had to be some truth in them. Imagine the scene, the wedding plans in full motion, the dress fitted, the flowers arranged, guests preparing for the big day, and in the background, Yaman, her former co-star, her rumored great love, desperately trying to reach out. If it was true, it meant that even at the very last moment, Can didn't want to let her go. For a long time, these rumors lived only in speculation. Fans debated endlessly online, some convinced he tried to stop it, others certain he stayed away. But recently, a detail surfaced that added fuel to the fire. According to someone close to the situation, Demet once admitted in private that there had been a call she never answered. A call that could have changed everything. And many believe that call came from Can. If that is true, the narrative changes entirely. It's no longer just a wedding. It's a wedding with a haunting unanswered question: what if she had picked up? That silence, that decision not to answer, became the turning point of their entire story. Why didn't she answer? Some argue she was afraid that hearing his voice again would shatter her resolve. Others believe she wanted to prove to herself that she was moving forward, building a life independent of her past. And some say pride was involved, that too many wounds had been left unhealed between them to go back. Whatever the reason, that single missed call became symbolic of everything left unsaid between them. And what about Can? He never publicly tried to crash the wedding or make a dramatic Hollywood gesture. Instead, he stayed silent. But his silence spoke volumes. At the time, his Instagram posts were cryptic. Dark skies, lonely landscapes, captions about destiny and heartbreak. Fans connected the dots. They saw the pain between the lines. Later, in interviews, when asked about love, Can didn't give straightforward answers. He talked about timing, about how two people could be perfect for each other but still be pulled apart by circumstances. He mentioned regrets, mistakes, and the weight of being misunderstood. For those who listened closely, it was obvious he hadn't fully moved on. Fans, even now, remain divided. Some believe he truly tried to stop Demet's marriage. Others think it was simply impossible for him to do anything, even if he wanted to. But with the revelation of that unanswered call, the theory that Can reached out at the very last moment gained undeniable strength. It's a heartbreaking thought, that their story could have had a different ending if only she had answered. Years later, the fascination with their connection hasn't faded. Comment sections are still filled with questions. Was it real? Could they have been together? Did he really try to stop her wedding? And now, with the truth of the unanswered call, fans feel both vindicated and heartbroken. Vindicated, because their instincts were right, there was still something there. Heartbroken, because knowing that chance was lost makes it even more painful. Their story doesn't have a tidy, happy ending. It's messy, emotional, full of what-ifs. But that's exactly why it's unforgettable. Did Yaman try to stop Demet Özdemir's wedding? Maybe not with grand gestures or public drama. But in his own way, yes, he tried. He made the call. He hoped. He reached out. And when that call went unanswered, the chapter closed forever, leaving behind only speculation and regret. What makes this story so powerful is not just the romance, but the silence. The silence of an unanswered phone call. The silence of a man who loved but couldn't speak. The silence of a woman who chose not to listen, perhaps out of fear, perhaps out of strength. That silence has echoed for years, and with every passing day, it becomes clearer why fans can't let go of this story. Because sometimes, the most powerful words are the ones never spoken. And sometimes, the most dramatic love stories are not the ones that end in happily ever after, but the ones that remain unresolved, lingering in the air, forever burning in the hearts of those who believe in them. And so, the wedding bombshell is not just a tabloid headline. It is the eternal reminder of what could have been between Yaman and Demet Özdemir, a love story unfinished, unforgettable, and forever living in the imagination of millions of fans who still wonder what might have happened if only she had answered that call.